I'm Ashley,
I'm Allo.
and we're the Mollies.
Yeah, so we met in 2012. I had left my family here in Utah after I had finished serving my mission in Dallas, Texas. And so my wife and I, we didn't know each other at the time, but we met in the singles ward down in Arizona.
They work.
So, a time period of a year, my wife and I, we're hanging out every so often. But it took me a while for me to kind of commit to to this dating stuff. So soon after, my wife and I had been hanging out for a year. We decided that it was time to move forward into the next step. And so in April, we started dating, made it official, and then in May we got engaged. And then in August of 2013 of that same year, my wife and I, we got married. So when we had decided before we got married that we wanted to start a family right away, little did we know that there was going to be circumstances that would hold us back from having children. And so my wife had been hospitalized in that year multiple times, and even after the following year in 2014. And as much as we tried and as hard as we prayed and asked God to bless us with that blessing, it just didn't seem to be given to us.
Early on in our marriage, we had talked about possibly adopting, but we thought that, maybe we wanted to have a few kids first and then adopt down the road. And that wasn't seeming to happen. And there was a lot of anger and a lot of sadness at the beginning that everyone around us was having a baby and getting pregnant and
So
easy.
Yeah.
And it was so hard for us. After a while of being sad and being upset, we kind of came to the conclusion that we had babies around us all the time and that we needed to be the best for those kids, like our nieces and nephews and our best friends' kids, that we would do all we could while we were with them and help take care of them and help raise them, as much as we can or as much as those people would allow us to be in their lives. And that had really put kind of a band-aid to that. There were 6 children, all siblings, that needed a home. At first, my husband and I looked at each other and just said, we were asking for 1 or 2, and we have this opportunity to take 6. These 6 had never been in foster care before, had never been in anything, and no one knew what was going on. And so we actually took in these 6 kids. 3 of them have major disabilities, and at the time we had taken in 7, and that was about almost 2 years ago. So right now we get to foster these wonderful children, and at the beginning learning about these children and dealing with children with disabilities and finding out what makes them tick and breaking bad habits and creating new habits was a real challenge for us, especially since we had never been parents before and got 6 at once. It is such a blessing, and are so grateful that we get to be parents to these kids and treat them like our own. We also, though, would really love to have a baby of our own and to add to our growing family, and really hope that our story can be heard and that we are able to help other people possibly who are going through the same thing, and to be considered for, to win this contest. So that's our story, and we appreciate you guys commenting and voting for us, and thank you.